let's continue fighting this thing and hope something good happens. For starters, I'll put up light screen again to at least reduce the damage while it stalls the battle. Hypnosis? Okay, good thing it missed. Now, I don't have a whole lot of options, so I might as well go with Thunderbolt and see what happens. Who knows? Maybe I could paralyze it, or maybe get a critical hit, because I'm very tempted to go with Psychic again in hopes of lowering my Milotic special defense, but the chance of that happening is only 10%, so I can't rely on that too much. Okay, gets paralyzed. That's going to help me out a whole lot. Alright, full paralysis. Now, 2 more Thunderbolts should put it down. Of course, it can also go for recover, so I'm kind of hoping the paralysis helps me out. I mean, after all, it's only a 25% chance, so who knows, maybe the luck is still with me. Alright, how much is this Thunderbolt going to do? Oh wow, deep in the red? Well, I was kind of hoping for a high damage roll. Okay, fully paralyzed again. Now, is Cynthia going to use a full restore? If so, then I might have to change out my strategy. If not, then the battle's over. Okay, no full restore, so that means after several minutes of stalling, my Milotic finally goes down. Yeah, as I said before, see why I used this thing back in Emerald 386? It can take special hits like it's nothing. And as you just saw, it was doing its job perfectly. But yeah, a lot of people say that Mirror Coat is the reason why they have a lot of trouble with my Milotic. And that's understandable. But with the combination of Hypnosis and Recover, all of a sudden, Mirror Coat doesn't sound too bad. Oh yes, I've got to mention that in Diamond and Pearl, Cynthia would have had a Gastrodon instead of a Togekiss. But yeah, that's Cynthia. One of the toughest champions I have ever faced. Especially when I battled her in my Brilliant Diamond game. Still can't believe my Togekiss survived getting killed by her Lucario twice in a row. Freaking critical hits. Oh yes, if you were playing Diamond and Pearl, then her levels would be slightly higher than they were in Platinum. In Platinum, I believe her Garchomp was level 62, but in Diamond and Pearl, it was level 66. Okay, it's pretty awkward seeing a Pokemon with that level before the post-game. Okay, we're now going to take that Lips, that way we can finally enter the Hall of Fame. Yeah, back when I played Diamond for the very first time, it was very satisfying seeing this because I told you that Cynthia gave me a lot of trouble. Yeah, good thing I came up with that strategy, otherwise I would have to start the Elite Four all over again. No thanks. I just barely got past some of them. Oh, look who's here, it's Professor Rowan. I thought this soundtrack sounded familiar. So yeah, it's pretty much a tradition for the Professor to appear after you beat the region's champion. Well, actually, Gens 5 and 6 didn't do this, so I don't know if that tradition is still going. But for Gen 7, did that happen? I'm not too sure. Oh, actually, I don't think it happened in Gen 8. Well, whatever. The point is, it's still happening here, so I might as well enjoy it. Okay, in a few seconds we'll be entering the Hall of Fame. That's good, so that way I can move on with the game. Okay, now Cynthia's going to ask me to enter the room as well as Professor Rowan, and I'll do just that. So here we are again, the Hall of Fame. Looks a lot different than it did back in Emerald 386. Okay, what's Cynthia going to say? Because she says something pretty interesting. Something that makes me wonder... Okay, she's going to say it right now? Okay, I guess not, because, yeah, I think she said something about how, she entered the Hall of Fame, a very long time ago. And I was wondering, when was that? Okay, maybe, the line of text was changed, and I didn't notice, because, well, I have seen that certain line of text before, but I didn't see it here. So, yeah, maybe the line of text did change. Okay, now I'm going to enter all 6 of my Pokemon, and we're going to get recognized as the Sinnoh League Champion. Alright, let's count them out. Yuxi, good job taking down Garchomp as well as Milotic. Lucario, well, maybe I could have used Lucario a little bit more had the circumstances been right. Gastrodon, yeah, good job taking down Flint's team, especially taking that Solar Beam from Ninetales. Torterra, well, maybe I could have used Torterra a little bit more. Honchkrow, well, it's a pretty good hard hitter, so yeah, I have Honchkrow to thank. And finally, Giratina. Yeah, I'll be using Giratina past the post-game, while the others, well, I'm going to replace them with other legendary Pokemon. Alright, let's move on to the credits. Of course, saving the game is going to take quite a while, so yeah, I'm going to have to sit here and wait. I don't know if something like this was sped up in future Pokemon games. If so, then maybe I didn't notice. Come on, are you done yet? Come on. Alright, there we go. Okay, while I'm going over the credits, well, I might as well talk about what I'm going to do in the post-game. Well, there's the matter of the Pokédex and the Legendaries. Now, in a game like this, if I have any hopes of seeing Arceus, then I'm going to have to capture everything in the game. So here's what I'm going to do. Off-screen, I'm going to see how many Pokemon I can catch, so that way I could fill up my Pokédex. Yeah, it is a pretty tough task, but in a previous version of Renegade Platinum, I don't think I had to do that. I think I have to see every single Pokemon in the game. Yeah, see every single Pokemon and not capture them. But, of course, in a game like this, which is an updated version, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to capture every single Pokemon, which shouldn't be too hard. Of course, that healing spot over in Slaceon Town, yeah, that's going to help me out a lot. And as for the Legendaries, yeah, as I said all the way back at the beginning of the game, every single Legendary from Generations 1 through 4 is in this game. So here's what I'm going to do. When I encounter a certain Legendary that I'm not planning on using on my team, I'm going to speed up the battle so that way it's not going to take a whole lot of time. Because, yeah, I know that, yeah, this Let's Play is taking quite a bit of time, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm going to speed up certain Legendary battles so that way I could capture them a little bit quicker. Of course, somewhere along the way, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to train up a certain Pokemon so that way I can have the advantage. Of course, looking at certain Pokemon, I might have to have something like, say, I don't know, Golduck or something. But yeah, certain other Pokemon, yeah, they could help me out against certain Legendaries. Now, as of the original games, hopefully you've seen every single Pokemon because, yeah, after the credits are done rolling, you have to go to Phantom Town so that way Professor Oak will give you the National Pokédex. But for me, I already got the National Pokédex all the way back at the beginning of the game, so I don't need to do that. Speaking of which, we are going to be seeing Professor Oak again. He's over in Eternal City because, yes, he said back at the Pal Park, he said he was going to be staying there. And he's going to be involved with something pretty interesting. But in Platinum, yeah, you have to see all 210 Pokemon in the Pokédex. That way you could actually access the post-game. Because if not, then you can't really do all that much. And yes, this also includes Manaphy and Rotom. Manaphy, you could read that book over at the Pokemon Mansion over on Route 212. And also, there's Rotom. Well, you could fight Rotom at night if you're playing Pokemon Platinum. But on Diamond and Pearl, you would have to wait until the post-game. But I guess that's good because Rotom's not part of the Sinnoh Dex in Diamond and Pearl. Okay, any other Pokemon? Okay, I guess not. Well, there are the Pixie Trios. The Pixie Trio, rather. Well, all you have to do is just encounter them, especially the likes of Yuxi and itself. As for Mesprit, you see a picture of it, and then it goes running off. Come to think of it, back in Pokemon Blight Platinum, I think the three Pixies actually did look slightly different. They weren't shiny, but yeah, they did look slightly different. Yeah, I haven't played that game in quite a while, so yeah, I can't really demonstrate what I'm talking about. Yeah, they do look different, trust me on that. But one thing's for certain, they still have the same stats, so yeah, even if they did look different, their stats all remain the same. So yeah, the post-game in Pokemon Renegade Platinum, it's going to be a little bit longer, especially since I have to tackle a mandatory side quest. You'll see what I mean when I eventually get there. Hopefully I remember. Yeah, it involves, well, how can I put it? Maybe battling certain trainers with certain typings. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it. Once I eventually get to that point, you'll see what I mean once I eventually get there. Okay, seeing the scene over here kind of reminds me of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where after you see the credits, you fight either May or Brenton for the very last time. A random Magnezone there? That's unusual. What is this, Legends Arceus? Yeah, I also remember seeing Magnezone floating around in the air, as well as Gyarados flying in the air. Yeah, it was very unusual seeing something like that. Okay, looks like we're finally back at Twin Leaf Town. Okay, looks like this is the end. Or maybe not, because for me, this is just the beginning. Okay, now we're going to be back in Twin Leaf Town, and I believe my mom's going to tell me something about how Barry was here and telling me to get on a boat in Snow Point City. Yeah, you remember that, don't you? Okay, I'm going to put Giratina in the lead since it's going to be my... Actually, no, I'm not going to do that quite yet. Before I access the post-game, I'm going to do a few things. Okay, as I said, my mom's going to tell me that Barry was just here, and he told me that I have to get on a boat over at Snow Point City. But I'm not going to be doing that because I'll be too busy capturing my new team members. Starting with Cresselia. But before I do that, there are some changes that I need to do. Okay, first off, I'm going to fly to Pastoria City so that way I could reteach Recover to Gastrodon so that way it can regain health when I battle the legendaries. Yeah, Cresselia is going to be kind of hard to capture because, yeah, it is a pretty defensive Pokemon, so yeah, I could be there for quite a while. Okay, I'm going to delete Earth Power since Cresselia has Levitate, and naturally I can't hit Cresselia with Earth Power, so yeah, it's all good. Okay, click Gastrodon, and where is Recover? Okay, probably all the way down the line. Alright, there it is. It's the very last move. Okay, as I said, I'm going to get rid of Earth Power since I'm not going to use Earth Power against a Pokemon that has Levitate for an ability. Alright, there we go. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fly over to Eterna City because, as I said, Professor Oak is there, and yeah, there's something that I want from him that he's going to give me now that the post-game has begun. Also, he's going to tell me some pretty interesting information too, so I might as well oblige him. Okay, I believe he's all the way in the southern end of the city. Okay, he's right near the gym. Alright, here he is. Okay, now I believe he's going to give me Oak's Letter, which is supposed to be an event item, which will let me meet Shaman. Okay, he wants me to meet him at the east side of Route 224. So that way, he could maybe do something involving Shaman. Okay, as I said, this is supposed to be an event item, so yeah, this is exclusive to this game only. Okay, I'm not going to do that quite yet because, as I said, I'm going after Cresselia first. Okay, General. Photographer, huh? Maybe not. A talented young man to take photos of Pokemon in their natural habitat. Is he talking about Tracy? Because that kind of sounds like he's talking about Tracy. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, it's been a while since I last saw him. The young photographer helped me with completing my Pokemon reports. Or is he supposedly referencing Pokemon Snap? Okay, what about Pokedex? Okay, he's looking at the National Dex. Yeah, I'll be getting there little by little. His words, not mine. Okay, what about quests? Okay, 2 feathers you have. Okay, what are they? Clear Wings, huh? Could that have something to do with Lugia and Ho-Oh? Well, yes, but I can't go after them quite yet because I believe I need the 3 birds. Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno. Zapdos, I already showed you where Zapdos was going to be. Moltres, I know where Moltres is. It's in Victory Road. And that only leaves Articuno. Where is it? Well, I'm pretty sure Professor Oak here is going to give you a hint. Okay, somewhere very cold, somewhere that generates electricity, and somewhere where trainers gather. Maybe I'll meet them. Okay, so that's all the clues that I need. Okay, now let's fly over to Candelave City because that's going to lead me to going to Full Moon Island, so that way I can capture Cresselia. Hold on a second. I want to check to see how many Dusk Balls I have, so that way I don't come there completely unprepared. Okay, 50. Alright, that should be good enough. Okay, to get a trip over to Full Moon Island, I have to go to the Sailor's house over here. Okay, now this kid is in the bed and he's thrashing in his sleep. Okay, he's muttering something. What is it? Darkrai is watching him, huh? Yeah, that is pretty terrifying. An endless nightmare, huh? Yeah, that is pretty frightening. Yeah, I've seen this back in Pokemon... What was it? Pokemon Unbound. Although, it's a little bit different. I don't want to get into details because, yeah, it's bringing back bad memories. Okay, so she talked about something called the Lunar Wake, which will wake up the kid. He couldn't find the Lunar Wing, huh? How come? Well, whatever. Looks like that's my job. Okay, I don't have enough time to get on the boat and go to Full Moon Island, so I'm going to go there next time. So next time, we're going to go to Full Moon Island and hopefully capture Cresselia. See you next time.